If you're over 40 and your hair feels thinner than it did just even last year, let me tell you, you are not imagining it, nor are you alone. I am finding that so many of us over 40 are noticing this, we just aren't talking about it. Maybe we think it's vanity or that there's really nothing we can do about it. So we carry this disappointment silently and alone. So today, can we talk about what's really happening? Hair thinning over 40 is incredibly common, scary, frustrating, but it's not random. Nor is it just merely our hormones. Don't fall for that narrative. And before you even ask or question yourself, caring for your hair is not about vanity. It's about identity. It's how we see ourselves. And seeing, living this shift, this change, that can feel unnerving. That is until you understand that your body is communicating and hair thinning is just a different language, like Mandarin or Italian. We just need to learn the language. See, I've worn my hair natural for some 25 years now. No chemicals, no relaxers. And that decision came out of frustration and convenience. Later, it was more health driven. So when my hair started changing, edges, temple getting thinner, I knew it wasn't chemical damage, which honestly kind of scared me. See, chemical damage would at least give me something to pinpoint, something to blame, a place to start. And as someone who has worn her hair in locks for years, I have come to know each strand very intimately, right? At the very beginning of my lock journey, I sat and I counted each and every lock. I knew exactly how many locks I had. I knew the thickness of each of the locks, the length. I knew everything about that lock. So when I started noticing that the diameter at the base was changing, that the overall thickness, the width of the locks were changing, that got my attention with a swiftness. And I did what I believe most of us did. I adjusted my hairstyles. I started wearing more hair wraps, doing any and everything I could to camouflage the thinning. Now, in hindsight, had I known we'd be having this conversation, I probably would have taken more pictures where I showed the thinning instead of covering it up, walking around, smiling in the camera, pretending like it's okay. Trying not to panic publicly, while internally I was uber worried. Hair thinning, that can feel like aging is accelerating, like we are just one moment away from our entire bodies just letting us down. And knowing that hair is a non-essential tissue, that our body will prioritize other more essential tissue before it is that it gives its efforts to the fullness, thickness, lushness of our hair. That's not super comforting. But here's why this is happening to so many of us over 40. By now, you've heard the term estrogen a few times. Yeah? Estrogen helps our hair stay in the growth phase longer. Did you know that? During peri and postmenopause, estrogen doesn't just drop, it swings. Remember being 7 or 8 years old on the playground, swinging, pumping higher and higher. That's estrogen. Except the applause we received from our friends when we jumped off because we owned the playground at that moment. That's not happening now. Nobody's doing that. We are not doing it. Nobody's happy about that. And those swings shorten the growth phase and increases shedding. And for most of us, that swing started happening back in our 30s. We were just less aware of it. Now, we all have well-meaning people in our lives, right? But if any of them come up to you and they tell you that your hair thinning is just because of hormones, quietly walk away, because that is incomplete information. Hormones are rarely the only factor, which leads me to an aspect that is overlooked far too often: iron depletion. A lot of us over 40 are technically within the normal range, but functionally low. My iron blood work comes back totally fine. My ferritin levels, however, have dipped to below optimal, and hair requires iron to grow efficiently. And if the body has to choose between oxygenating organs and growing our hair, hair is going to lose time and time again. Oh, and are you like me, just getting clued in to the fact that in our 40s and our 50s, that if we experience heavy periods during this time, that can deplete our iron stores over time faster. So by the time we're fully into menopause, what we got? Not a lot. And that very much feels like a double-edged sword, especially because it doesn't stop here. There are other factors that are robbing our hair of its thickness, its fullness, its shine. But before we go further, Disclaimer: if you are experiencing sudden baldness, rapid shedding, or patchy hair loss, that's a different conversation that should be had with your doctor or dermatologist sooner rather than later. Now let's talk protein. Hair is made primarily of protein, right? During stressful seasons of life, our appetite can shift and we unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, undereat protein. See, I have tried nearly every eating style out there: raw food, paleo, keto, elimination diet. If it was an eating style out there, I've pretty much followed all of them. And most of them, when I think back over it, I was under eating protein based on the demands of my life. After my father passed away, I noticed my hair starting to thin again. And at that point, I knew it wasn't protein because I had adjusted that. I needed to do that just to get through the grieving process, to get everything in order for his homegoing. I knew I was dealing with pink, purple, gray, whatever you want to call it, elephant in the room. And that elephant was chronic stress and nervous system overload. See, this is a huge one because hair shedding can actually be delayed. Did you know that? Yeah, it can. Stress from months ago, 3, 6 months or longer, can show up now as thinning. So let me ask you, have you been faced with trying to navigate caregiving responsibilities, illness, yours or someone else's, divorce, work instability, or any number of major life transitions that has you overfunctioning? All of those can show up now as hair thinning. See, when our nervous system is in survival mode, our body reallocates resources. Hair growth slows, shedding increases. Mind you, the body is doing the very best it can to alert us to the fact that it is carrying a lot. Because hair thinning is not always genetic, nor is it always permanent. And it's not always resolved with topical products alone. Topical support like castor oil can help. I've shared more on that in another video. But if internal factors are not addressed, the results will stall, which is why in my next video, I am going to walk you through exactly what I changed to stop my hair from thinning and regain thickness. Because once I understood what was happening, it was easier to create a strategy that helped. And if this resonates with you, tell me in the comments where you noticed thinning first: the edges, the crown, overall density. And remember, take care of your body like it's listening, because it is. I'll see you in the next video.